Yo, what's up, lads and ladies? How's it going? It's me, Alex, here, back with another video. This one's a bit different. Usually I do, like, MapleStory stuff. But recently, Lost Ark, which is another, like, Korean MMO, recently came out with a patch that added in solo raiding. Now, if you've never played Lost Ark before, it used to be, like, 4-man and, like, 8-man raiding, like, only. But now they've added in solo raids, which I think is pretty cool. So I wanted to hop back in and see how much fun I would have on the MMO that respects your time. But, you know, just get back into it. Now, I played a lot of Lost Ark when it came out, just a few years ago in the West. I mained Paladin at the time. I then had a Bard, and like 5 other just DPSs. And like I had a pretty decent, okay roster. Before Braille came out, I was 15-15, and then I quit. And coincidentally enough, that is when I started MapleStory Heroic with the Ignition patch at the same time. And that was like just the end of like 2022. I was in the server Azina, which doesn't exist anymore. So all of my characters were transferred to Lutera, and I was given a bunch of like stuff as like compensation or whatever. And then I got a new power pass and the Super Makoko Express, which is basically the equivalent of like MapleStory like hyper burning. If you're like one of the MapleStory heads, it's basically hyper burning, but for like a Lost Ark character. But you can like move this one between characters, which is really cool. I'll skip you the torture of what I went through as like a returning server transfer player, because I had a ridiculous amount of items in like my universal storage, like stored on all of my different characters, all over the shop basically. I had a bunch of stuff to sort out. And then I had a bunch of things to set up on the new character as well, which I went for Slayer, which is a class that wasn't available when I played the game, and she's pretty hot, so I picked Slayer. So this includes things like tripods, which have like totally changed since I played. They used to drop on like gear, and then you would like fuse that gear in, but now you just use these like amulet things, and then you fuse in, and all this other stuff. And I got a bunch of like 5s and 4s for free on my new character. Gems, which I got like a full suite of level 7 gems, which is really good, because when I quit, I sold all of my gems. Engravings, in which every character in my entire account now gets 5 engravings level 3 just for free. Which is super, super nice. Helps you really set up a Chaos Dungeon set and a raiding set, like, instantly. Which is super, super nice. Really, really good change. And then it was setting up things like Una's tasks, like Bifrosts, and things like that. So yeah, I had to do a lot of stuff. I'm cutting it out. Took me like an hour and a half, dude. Not only like doing all of that, but then like getting used to all of the new systems as well. The game also had like a new journal, which like was for your horizontal progression. Now when I quit, I'd played like over 3,000 hours in like the first like 9 months or something. So I had like almost every giant heart. I had every giant heart, like almost every island soul. I had like over 1,000 Makoko seeds. So this journal thing wasn't very useful for me, because I basically had everything that I got obtained from it. I got like maybe 1 song. But if you're like a new player, I bet that would be absolutely massive. So it's really, really nice. And yeah, with all of that stuff, like, forget about the life skilling stuff, dude. Forget about it. Like the strongholds, my strongholds max level, whatever. Forget about all that. With all of that out of the way, I'm gonna try some honing on my weapon. So yeah, I hopped in, put in all the shards. And I failed my first tap. You know, very nice. And I then fully pitied my weapon. So, you know, I'm glad some things haven't changed, at least. This one went very well. After that, I then hopped into the party finder to see if I could get into like Brelshaza, or any other content, and there's just absolutely zero chance of me getting into a party, because I have the little Makoko icon next to my name. I have Light of Salvation 18, which, you know, most people probably have 30 by now, so that's also probably a barrier for entry, but like I don't know what I can do about cards. So instead I just went into a solo raid. I did message in Stoops chat, and he was like, yeah, bro, just go solo. So I went solo. And I don't know how the fight works. So I got to this phase, because I've seen it on streams before, and I realized, oh, it's like a counter phase, and then I ruined the counter. And then I left. My ego was very hurt after that one. And then we hopped into a Volton, because, you know, I'm a Demon Roar. Yeah, I'm cool. I wanted to hop in and just, you know, to see if I've still got it to me, dude. And Gate 1, I keep saying Phase 1, right? Because MapleStory. But Gate 1 went off, like, easy peasy. Bob's your mother's brother, like, no worries at all. Gate 1 was really, really simple. And so we got into Gate 2, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna one-shot this, and then I died. And then I went for a counter, and I died again. And then I got to the final phase, and I'm like, okay, time to counter. And I forgot that the grab existed, so I died. This went very well. And then finally, you know, the Demon Roar kicked in, and I got the clear. Just forget about the fact that I'm 100 item levels above Volton. Like, quite literally 100 eye levels above. Because the solo is 1415, and the, my Makoko Express is 1520. After that, I want to do some quality tapping. Just because, you know, I thought, why not? Like, I've done most of the stuff. I completely forgot quality existed. And I spawned in with a 96 on this character, which is insane. And then I'm just going to slowly cut through all the successes I got through. But I actually ended up getting really quite lucky here. Because as a, like, I know I get a lot more quality taps as well for free, but as like a Hyper Express, you get a bunch of stuff. So I powered up my armor, like, so many times. I think I had, like, 90 armor and, like, 30 weapon taps, I believe. But you can just see it slowly climbing from, like, the 10s, the 20s, to, like, the 40s, the 50s. I then get another 90, which is absolutely insane. I then get a 78 glove, which is absolutely insane. And then a 93 pants, bro. And then my sword goes 26. And then from 26, right, I do a few more taps. And then this happens, and I get my weapon to 89, which like doubles my additional value, like damage output, which is kind of insane, bro. So yeah, that was just like a little like experience going back into Lost. I've got to say, I actually really had a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that I don't understand now, which will probably get explained to me by the game at some point, but I'm not high enough level for them either. It's things like elixirs, which come from a raid that I don't have access to. Things like Transcendence, which comes from a raid that I don't have access to. I think it's a Khan, or the Ivory Tower and Thamine, and then you've got Echidna. There's another one that's just come out in Korea that's coming out soon. So there's so many new bosses that I haven't done. I really want to do Vicus Hell Mode, and I want to do Kukulsaden Hell Mode, and I also want to do Brelshaza Hell Mode eventually, but I need to learn how that fight works first. But I'll probably end up just like casually doing solo modes, because I think solo modes is a really cool idea. And yeah, I just wanted to make this weird little video, just saying, you know, as a Maple player and a KMMO player, if you have played Lost Ark in the past, go check it out, bro. The solo raids is actually really fun. And it's really easy for someone like me that wants to be casual, and just like play at my own pace. I can just like have a solo raid every now and then just go back to playing like other games, right? I can go back to like mindlessly grinding Maple, and then playing like Hollow Cure, which is an anime weeb vampire survivor game. Sick. Alright, peace, boys. Also, Lost Ark has most of the characters have massive tits. Sick.